They can only reflect the stories you hold consciously. These are the manifestation stories, the conscious manifestation stories you're trying to have. He loves me. We're so committed. He's so kind now. He's so cuddly. He's so affectionate. He's so beautiful to me. He treats me well. We go out together all the time. He takes me on dates. He's so generous. Conscious manifestation. Conscious. All the shit other people are trying to teach you. Change them. Reinvent them. See a new version. Affirm this shit. Visualize this. Write this down. Script this. So many of you do this. What's this? What's happening back here? See back here, in the back of your head? What's happening back there? I'm going to do a Loz lesson based on a suggestion from my subconscious Loz squad. And this is the Loz lesson suggestion. When you are dropping the old story of the circumstances of the past, but find it hard to see them, your specific person, as a different version going forward. So in this Loz lesson, I'm going to talk about what you do when your circumstances are throwing you, what to do when you're trying to forget the past, but you keep seeing the person you're changing, and you're not changing them, they're reflecting you, as the new version, and you keep seeing and reacting to the old version of them. Now, guys, those of you who are in my squad and those of you who follow me at the moment will know that Don't Be a Triggered Bitch is dropping on October the 7th in the squad. And when this goes out on YouTube, it'll be live. So if you're watching this back on YouTube right now, it'll be live in the squad as I talk. The squad is my private monthly membership group. And in there, we drop a course every month. And this is a must-have course. And the reason why I'm saying it's must-have is because the majority of you are triggered. Now, when I say triggered, just understand it's a psychological term, meaning things happen in your 3D reality that affect you emotionally. Then you either react in the 3D or you react internally. And all of you pretty much do it. There's very few of you I see who don't react to your 3D circumstances, who don't talk about your 3D circumstances. There are a select number of people who follow me who have made it their job to not mention their own circumstances because they know they shouldn't. Now, I have now got a new policy that I'm not going to answer questions on these lives. And the reason is because they're full of circumstances. There are Facebook groups, manifestation Facebook groups, where you're not allowed to ask questions involving circumstances. The question will literally not be allowed in the group. I don't do that in my groups because I need you to learn what not to do. And you'll be schooled by the mentors and the squaddies and the other members when you write all about your circumstances. Some people in those other groups don't understand why they can't talk about their circumstances. But what I want you guys to understand is, and getting back to this question, you're dropping the old story of the circumstances is the first part of the question. So why would I be dropping the old story of the circumstances if I understand this? If I understand triggers, if I understand manifestation, why would I be dropping the old story of the circumstances? Anyone know? Anyone know why the rule in conscious manifestation is to drop the old story of the circumstances that are currently in front of you, currently affecting you, currently upsetting you? You get rid of the story of it and have a new story. Why would you do that? Why would you change the story about the circumstances? Anyone know? Because they don't matter. You created them. Exactly. Now, when people say circumstances don't matter, it's because you created them. Now, a lot of people don't add that part. They just say circumstances don't matter, and they don't explain why. The reason why they don't matter is if everything out here is your reflection, then every circumstance was once created by you and reflected out and is now present in your 3D reality. I'll say that again. Everything out here was once sent out, pushed out, reflected out by you, because that is how your reality is created. It's not created any other way but that way. So when there's something out here triggering you, it's like you wrote the script to a film, you produced it, you directed it, you starred in it, you sent it out to the cinemas for distribution, and then a year later it got distributed, and then you watched it and you forgot what you'd written and you went, oh, this film's really upsetting me. Oh my God, this is horrible. What's happening to this character? But you wrote it. You forgot what the script said. You forgot the character arc. You forgot you were even involved. Some of you have got amnesia about the shit you've actually thought before that's created your 3D. Now, the reason why you feel like you've got amnesia and you didn't realize where it came from, or you don't know where it came from, is because it came from you subconsciously. That's what my account's all about. That's why I'm called Subconscious Loz. The reason why I started my account was I was watching other coaches. I was understanding about my circumstances, being changeable, but, big but, I didn't understand I'd caused them. I was trying to change them, change my person, change my reality, change them, but I didn't realize, hang on, the circumstance with them and the way they are was caused by me, and the way they are showing up still is caused by me, because they can only be as I am, but I do not know how I am because I am that way subconsciously. So many of you think you're changing the story of your specific person because you have watched so many bitches saying change them, create a new version of them, recreate your specific person. But what that bitch didn't teach you is that if you don't change you and the story of them, they won't stay changed. They will go back to the way they were before because you're still the same old bitch you were before. I'll say it again. You can change the story of your specific person and try and change them all you like. But if they are simply your reflection, then if you don't change, they won't. Just get that through your head. They can only reflect the stories you hold consciously. These are the manifestation stories, the conscious manifestation stories you're trying to have. He loves me. We're so committed. He's so kind now. He's so cuddly. He's so affectionate. He's so beautiful to me. He treats me well. We go out together all the time. He takes me on dates. He's so generous. Conscious manifestation. Conscious. All the shit other people are trying to teach you. Change them. Reinvent them. See a new version. Affirm this shit. Visualize this. Write this down. Script this. So many of you do this. What's this? What's happening back here? See back here, in the back of your head? What's happening back there? He's so lovely to me, he's so generous. Oh yeah, but the other day we went out and he expected you to pay for dinner. Not so generous, is he? He's so cuddly and affectionate. Well, actually, you have to initiate sex all the time, so actually he's not really, is he? And sometimes he doesn't even kiss you when you walk in the door. Is that happening? Some of you don't even realize that's happening. So when you're trying to have the story of them being generous and trying to have the story of them being cuddly and affectionate, this is still running. The tape in the back of your mind that created the version of them that was shitty in the first place. Now, those of you who've done my back and begging course will understand it's all about changing the story of your specific person, but it's about the story coming from you first. That's the bit a lot of manifestation coaches miss. Now, when I say this, I'm not bitching about anyone. I'm just pointing out what I observed. This is why I started my account, because no one was mentioning this part, the it all comes from you part. They were talking about the change them, create a new version like we're fucking Harry Potter and we're magicians part. That's not what you're fucking doing, guys. They are reflecting you. And if you don't change subconsciously the you are and the things you think and the version you've been and the version you think they are subconsciously, they'll stay the same. Or they'll change a little bit and then go back to the way they were. And then what will you do? You'll be triggered like a bitch again by the same shit that hasn't changed or has gone back to the way it was. You'll react in a certain way outwardly or internally, and you'll get in a fight or you'll push them away or they'll leave or whatever the fuck happens every time. And then you'll come running back to me or running back to the dumb coach you watched before who said change them. And you'll be like, he changed and then he went back to normal. And that coach will go, next, it wasn't meant to be, or Say a new story about them again. And I'll say, yeah, but what's the story of you? Did you change you? Did you figure this shit out? Oh, no, I wasn't doing anything about figuring me out. I was just changing them. Oh, well, that coach is an idiot. Sorry, guys, but I watch these people. So if you aren't changing you, the version of them won't stay changed. If you aren't changing you, the version of them won't stay changed. So I'll read the question again. When you are dropping the old story of the circumstances of the past, the breakup, the way they were, the abuse, the cheating, whatever the fuck it is, but find it hard to see them as a different version going forward. The only reason you can't see them differently going forward, see a new version of them going forward, is because you're not the new version of you. If you were the new version of you, you'd find it very easy to see the new version of them. I'll say it again. If you had bothered to change the version of you and focused on the version of you and changed the stories subconsciously that you hold about yourself and them, then they would have changed and the story you hold about them would have changed, and you wouldn't even dream up old versions in your mind because those old versions came from the old you. So if you're still seeing an old version, experiencing an old version, not seeing a different version going forward, it's because you're still the same old version of you, the same old bitch you were before, subconsciously, because you didn't listen to me. You listened to change them, Harry Potter them, a ding. They're not puppets, guys. They're your reflection. They're not robots. They're your reflection. A lot of you aren't getting that. A lot of you this has gone right over your head because some idiot told you were changing them. Create a new version of them. You're not creating a new version of them. You're creating a new version of you. It reflects out and they reflect you. Ta-da! They've changed. When you look in the mirror in the morning and you've looked like shit before you got in the shower, you woke up, you had toothpaste all over your face, you're bleary-eyed, you have a shower, you wash your hair, it's no longer oily, you dry it, blah, 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 blah. You put your makeup on, you look in the mirror again. Has your mirror changed or have you changed? Has the version of your mirror changed or did you change and the reflection then changed? Oh, my reflection then changed. Yeah, that's how it works with your SP. What? I thought I was changing them. Who the fuck have you been listening to? Oh, have you been listening to the same morons I used to listen to? Are you listening to the same morons that I used to listen to, and that's why I started this account 3.5 years ago, because I'd listened to those fucking morons? Oh, yeah, I think I do listen to those morons. Sorry, guys, I hate to say people are morons, but if anyone is still on the internet saying things like, you don't have to work on your self-concept, or you can work on your self-concept as well as changing them, or change your specific person, or you don't have to, you can do some self-concept work as well as this XYZ, and they're referring to self-concept like self-esteem or something to do or something separate from what this actually is, then they're a moron. Self-concept isn't something to do. It isn't something separate. It is all that is being reflected. Your ideas, concept of you, self. What are your ideas of yourself? Oh, my idea of myself is that I don't get the love, time and attention and affection. Okay, so if you wanted your SP to be generous and give you affection, and you have a story and you've always held this story subconsciously, that you don't get time, love, attention and affection, why would he be any different now when you still hold this fucking story that you don't get time, attention and affection? What? So I can hold the story that he's generous, but I hold a story that generosity doesn't come my way and I don't get affection and time. So it doesn't matter how much I change him, he won't give me that. Yeah, because he's your mirror. Did you put your makeup on, or did you just look in the mirror and get out the shower and not put your makeup on? Oh, I didn't put any makeup on. Well, your mirror's going to look the same. Oh, fuck. So in answer to this question, I'll read it again. When you are dropping the old story of the circumstance of the past, but find it hard to see them as a different version. If you're finding it hard to see them as a different version, think of all those stories you're still holding about them in the old version, as the old them, and think, what's that got to do with who? Me. That story I hold of them, that version I created in my mind that they are now reflecting, is all about who? Me. So if I'm still seeing an old version of them, I'm still the same old me. I'm still seeing the world from the lens of the same old me. Think about it. Okay. This is me as a baby, no ideas, no thoughts, no subconscious formed. I get to 7, have a fully formed subconscious. It's like this. Now I have a personality. Now I have beliefs. This is what you are seeing the world through. If you do not change this, this is what you'll always see the world through. Now, if I wanted to change my vision, so say I'm really blind and I wanted to change my vision, do I do this and put a pair of glasses on and therefore I can see better out here, or do I try and change the person I'm looking at? So if I can't see my SP who's standing over there very clearly, do I somehow switcheroo him, change him up so that I can see him more clearly? I can't see you, babe. Just to make your face clearer. You're all fuzzy. Or do I go like this? Oh, now I can see him clear. Have you changed this? Have you changed this? No? Then the old version that you saw them through before, the old lenses are still on your eyes, and you're still seeing them the same because these fucking things are still filthy as hell and you didn't bother to clean them. And you were out there telling him to clean his act up and stop being so fuzzy and stand a bit closer when all you had to do was clean the fucking lens. These are the stories you hold about you. These are the stories you hold about them. And if you haven't fucking bothered to clean the lenses that you see the world through, see them through, create a version of them through, then they won't fucking change. Okay? So every time you're seeing the old version, think, what's that got to do with me? So using the example of before, if they're not affectionate to you and you're trying to hold the story that they're affectionate and still they are unaffectionate or not as affectionate as you would like, you've got to think to yourself, but where did I come up with a story about a man not giving me affection? Why would I hold that story about this person? It's nothing to do with them. What's it got to do with me? Oh, well, I have a story that I'm not prioritised. I have a story that I'm not attractive. I have a story that I'm not as good as other girls. I have a story he's still in love with his ex. I have a story, any of these stories could be relevant. And therefore, I assume, because of those stories, subconsciously, that he won't give me the affection I crave. Or we go back even further, nothing to do with him. When I was a child, I wasn't given affection. When I was a child, I wasn't given time. When I was a child, I was told I was seen and not heard. When I was a child, no one listened to me when I cried. I was never comforted when I was upset. No one ever hugged me. No one ever gave me the kisses and hugs and cuddles that I wanted. Oh. So actually, when he doesn't give it to me, it's a very familiar feeling, the feeling I always had as a kid. So he can't be any different until I decide I am the girl who gets the cuddles and affection. Until I am the girl who decides that happens for her now. It's nothing to do with him. So you can say he's affectionate and say he gives you cuddles and say he kisses you as soon as you walk in the door. But he won't, because you still hold the story that you are the girl who doesn't get the love and time and attention and affection. So he won't give it to you. Are you getting it? Are you getting this, guys? Please tell me you're getting this. If you're not, and you still aren't aware of your subconscious hidden thoughts, the thoughts you get triggered by, like your specific person not turning up as the version you want, and you still get triggered by it, still get upset, can't change the story, keep going back to the old story, can't change your reality. Now this is the course for you. Because what we are doing in this course is identifying the things that trigger us, affect us, make us upset, and where they are coming from in us. It ain't nothing to do with your SP. It ain't nothing to do with your parents. It ain't nothing to do with your job. It ain't nothing to do with the economy. It's all you. It's all you. And that thing that's triggering you, the cost of living crisis, your parents having a say in your life, your job not promoting you, whatever, your boss being an asshole, yes, SP not changing, it's nothing to do with your SP, your boss, your parents, blah, 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 blah. It's you. It's you, it's you, it's you, it's you, it's you. If you don't get that yet, this course is for you. Because you won't know why you're getting triggered by them or it or the circumstance, and you'll think the circumstance matters and you'll continue to be triggered by it, but you're actually triggering yourself because you didn't understand where the trigger came from and the circumstance was created by you. And you don't know how to change it. So they'll stay the old version, your parents will stay the old version, your reality will stay the same, and you'll continue to be triggered because you don't understand subconsciously what you're thinking that's creating it. That's what this course is all about. Now, it's a focus course. There's going to be 3 videos and 3 workbooks. This is not a challenge, it's a full-on course, and it will later on be on my website, subconsciousloz.com. So if you want to get it really cheaply for only $50 for just the month, or $35 a month if you join for the year, and I highly recommend you join my squad for the year because there's so much support in there, and it's the group of accountability where you get help. The mentors are in there. The mentors go live every week. I'll be going live tomorrow, so this is Saturday. So on Monday when you watch this back on YouTube, you could go and watch my last live. Then I'll go live again the next weekend. I answer your questions. I now do a question a week. I answer a special question from the squad's Q&A forum. We have old coaching sessions of mine one-on-one with people you can watch that are only in the squad. There is so much support, so many resources in there so that when you are feeling triggered, not only will this course be in there, but there are so many other resources and so many other ways you can get answers and get accountability and support every single day in there. You may need it going forward. Because to do this alone sometimes, guys, can be difficult. That's why the squad is there. That's why people pay for the whole year, because they need the support year round. Because something might come up in their 3D and they get triggered again and they don't know how to cope. Right? So those of you who are in the squad already, make sure your squad membership is up to date. If you haven't joined the squad, come and join us in my link tree or at subconsciousloz.com, ready for October 7th for Don't Be a Triggered Bitch. Major penny drop tonight, Loz. Love these lessons. Oh, wonderful. Yes, getting it. Yes, I am. Yes, great. Manifest my nails to be like yours. Oh, darling. Loz, you're always beautiful, but even more so. Oh, thank you, darling. So you guys getting it. What's this? I've even felt better changing my self-concept. The Kick-Ass You course is amazing. Oh, wonderful. That's my self-concept course, Kick-Ass You. So guys, if you haven't done my course of Kick-Ass You, and you're still being triggered like a bitch by your SP or any circumstances in your 3D reality, I highly recommend you come and join us October 7th, which when this is on YouTube will be today, in my squad, my Subconscious Loz squad for Don't Be a Triggered Bitch. You join here, then you follow the prompts to go to the Facebook group, and I'm telling you right now, this course will be a game changer and a relationship saver for a lot of you. All right, guys, I'll see you in the squad, but don't be a triggered bitch. And thanks so much for joining me. Follow me on TikTok and subscribe to me on YouTube, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.